Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight. It's
Let's go! Let's go!
Third! Super Kick Party! Yeah, pay the money for that. No one. And of course, you gotta get the Coffin skin. Hey, yo, 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 and away we go. Happy Wednesday. Thank goodness I get to see all you guys here tonight. It's been a few days, folks, to say the least here. Welcome to the AEW Dynamite Sidecast. It like I said, it's been a little bit of crazy, a little bit of nuts. Why do I got an extra chat in here? Either way, folks, just, All right, I gotta fix that real quick here. Just, but yeah, just to give you a rundown as we are going along here, just to make life that much more fun. Monday night, I got into, dealing with, and ended up trying to stream, pull everything up, but all of a sudden my stream, my OBS just keeps crashing over and over and over and over again. Where are we at here? Gotta get these alerts here. There we are. There we go. Much better. Sorry, just ended up copying the wrong thing, and all of a sudden it creates a whole bunch of headache here. But yeah, had a little bit of headache trying to... there we go. Now I'm set. So basically, up until 4 o'clock this afternoon, was 6 o'clock Eastern, I've been fighting and scratching and clawing and trying to get this thing all figured out. But yeah, we got a lot of fun. We got a lot to discuss here because, hell, there's been enough drama outside of AEW and in AEW to last us another 4 or 5 weeks again. And once again, I just want to say that, a lot of this drama I really can't stand. It's just straight up not happy about it. Like, it's a whole bunch of stuff we really don't need. Sorry, I just had to fix the light up here as I go. And here's my take on everything going on right now with this whole GCW, AEW. Hey, Ed, how you doing tonight? I was lurking a little bit. I heard some of your comments about Full Gear from yesterday. Kudos to you for being able to say something, and kudos for Astrid for biting her tongue as hard as she could there on that. I do agree with you on some points there, like that. We were talking about it on Wednesday. Or sorry, we were talking about Saturday. That the Champagne Celebration really turned into a big nothing burger. It did forward what we're probably going to get for a full a World's End feud coming up in a few weeks. But not much more than that. And the end of the show thing I did like, except for the fact Christian Cage was there. You have all these faces and then all of a sudden one big heel. Yeah. And it just sort of took it away from everything. I find a little bit, at least. But no, when it comes to this GCW stuff, basically, AEW fans are in a damn if you do, damned if you don't moment here. Either you support Tony Khan because he's finally gotten a spine to deal with stuff like this finally, multiple
Hello
ways.
there.
Hey, Mr. Houlihan, thank you. And once again, AEW is milking the November raid as much as they physically can. No, long time no see. All absolutely glad to see you here. Glad to see everybody here. Everybody's just piling in. for a stream that I almost thought I wasn't going to have tonight because of technological issues, it is great to see everybody here. But yeah, once again, getting back to the snore bowls. Great welcome here. You get one. That's all I usually say. You get one. And I'll throw that as a one. But, yeah, no, either you're damned if you do. Like, if you support Tony Khan for sticking up for himself, you're totally against everything that's going on the indie scene and whatnot. Or if you hate what he did, overall, I think it was the right thing to do, but the wrong person to do it with. It just looks horrible for what you're doing to Ricky Starks. If that's what it's going to do to you, is create a situation here where the whole world looks at you just like you completely screwed over one of your most unheralded talents, the one that should be a little bit more spotlight. I'm sorry, that's sort of a side effect of all this, but the reasons for doing it are completely justifiable in my opinion. If you want me to work with you and you're going to talk shit about me, I'm sorry. I am going to say to you and just send you on your way. Because I don't think that... Oh, Snow Penguin. Sorry, I missed your streak here. 5-show streak. I got so many screens to look at here that I just got to catch up. And like I said, everything's all over the place. I am so glad that we got some wrestling to relax to and check out tonight just to, you know... Sorry, I forgot we had a few settings I got to rejigger and rework up here. So, but once again, everybody, thank you for stopping by here. If you're new here, make sure you hit the follow button. We are here every Wednesday and most Saturdays with AEW Dynamite and Collision. I will say that this weekend we won't, just because it is a local 2 p.m. start and I work till 4, so you just do the math here. Odds are what's going to happen on Saturday is I'm going to be here after Survivor Series, and we can hang out and chat a little bit about what happened during Survivor Series, what happened during AEW, because I'm probably going to watch both when I get home. The math ain't mathing. Yeah, the math ain't mathing at all there in that case. I'm trying to book off as much time as I can to cover wrestling as we go, but I am not sacrificing a day off work, basically a holiday day, to work on a Collision. I appreciate Collisions as much as I can, but at the same time, Also, we're going to get Shelton and... If I remember, it's Shelton and Mark Briscoe to start off tonight. And the Hurt Syndicate's got... Oh, yeah, we got Benjamin Briscoe. I don't know how many wins he's going to get. He might be the one that gets the one win this year. Who's talking shit about you and who I got to beat up? I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for the highlighted message, by the way. There's always people talking stuff about you. It's not about me. It's about AEW itself. That just, you know, AEW fans are always getting crapped on no matter what, right? So as MVP is getting it. Now, you're not allowed to be out there. I'll get to your second question in just a second here. Oh, God. All right, I'll give it Waller Peyton Michael Jordan here. It's about Shell TB. Shell TB. All right. For the worst. Metastasized. All right, we're getting a way too long of a promo on this one here. All right, we're going to show a replay here, so I'll get to your question here. Senior Bose. When it comes to live streaming on Netflix, I'm not worried about the issues that they had during the Paul Tyson fight. Mainly because the number of people that are watching, we'll get a little bit more of an indication on the Christmas games, the NFL games, because the crowd will be significantly smaller for that. Because you got NBA on at the same time, you got so many other things going on Christmas that you just aren't naturally going to get enough numbers like that. And WWE's numbers are going to be going even lower than that. So I'm not too worried about the integrity of streaming. The thing that sucks for me is the fact I can't channel surf like I used to. Because in Alberta, in Canada here, the WWE network was actually a channel, as that's for PLEs. And for regular shows, they were on Sportsnet, which is just our equivalent to Fox Sports here in Canada. So for me, it sucks that you just can't surf. You have to keep it focused on one channel. Anybody with ADHD is gonna have a lot of fun with that. They're milking this promo here. I love all the music's. We hurt people, hurt people, hurt people. All right, our first 10 minutes here is a promo. Yeah. But now we got still, another... Well, you're going to have Mark Briscoe come out now, so... This will be a decent 10-minute match, I think, personally. You're only allowed 20 minutes for these Continental Classic matches. So I do think in the future they should come up with a women's one. If you haven't heard, we're actually getting a very special women's match tonight. It's It's Jamie Hayter versus Queen Amanada, with the winner advancing in a tournament to be a part of Wrestle Dynasty coming up on January 5th. All right, that's a match I think I was looking forward to here. Mark Briscoe, Bobby Lashley. But yeah, it's going to be weird because I was talking about this last time. I'm probably one of the many here in Canada. I've had the WWE Network since day one, and I'm going to have it until day final, which is December 31st. Like, realistically, you probably could cancel your membership if you're only looking for live stuff December 10th after deadline. That's the last PLE PPV. It's actually funny with AEW that they have one on the 28th. That sort of, makes it so you feel like it gets set up there. All right, little squiggly squawk there. So yeah, if you're not familiar with the Continental Classic or weren't around last year, 20-minute matches. You can draw at the end of 20 minutes. You essentially get 3 points for a win, 1 for a tie. The way that most sports should be. Shout out to the NHL for hopefully getting that right. So they're now doing semifinals, finals on the same night. That actually is pretty badass if you ask me. It makes it more worthwhile if you ask me in terms of finishing up the fight. What do you guys think? It's the man, the myth, the legend. I don't know about that part. I know I'm a man. I was almost a myth tonight for not being able to stream. And legend, well, a legend in some people's minds, but yeah, no, once again, everybody, thank you for stopping by here. I appreciate all of you. What do I do on nights when I don't stream? Well, we do have 4 people here as part of Backbreaker Video. Like, if you're on the YouTube channel, Backbreaker Video as well as Backbreaker Gaming. So I do a lot of editing on that channel. I get out to... There is a local scene out here that I get to be I was a part of for the better part of 10 years. Other than that, I work a full-time job, man. If you're not on here and you're not working you're working full-time, there ain't much free time on your hands there, so... I am on here 4 days a week, so on a typical week. So yeah, they're doing Rampage during Survivor Series. That's hilarious. But at certain times, you just learn to be a little bit more relaxed when it comes to life. Just enjoy things as they go. Everybody's trying to get behind Mark here, but everybody's like, nah, we're probably not going to... We're not going to see you win, so it's not really that big of a deal. So senior, as we go to our picture here. By the way, I want to credit you. I'll give you full kudos for your little avatar there for Arcade Season 2 premiere. Just finished watching it. I know I'm behind. Just I've been trying to get into it a little bit more. You only watched the first episode yourself so far. If you go to season 1 episode, those first 3 or 4 episodes where they're getting a little exposition to what's going on, it's been a little tough to keep up with, but when it comes, now that I've getting into a little momentum, I try to watch one every couple days or so, just try to catch up here, and it's actually turned into a real interesting story to me. One of the big things about it as well is, for me personally, is the fact that we are going to be getting a fighting game based on the League of Legends series. So with 2XKO, when it finally comes out, I like to have a little bit more background into what's going on with the characters and whatnot. So the voice work is pretty good. The guy that does Herman Digger's voice does an amazing Jack Black. Fair enough. For me, I really enjoy the story about it. A lot of the basics. The fact that you can get really emotional behind it. If you can find a story that can grip you and make you want to watch more, that's the key to a good story. Whether you're talking about anime, whether you're talking about wrestling, whether you're talking about anything. Like, hell, when it comes to sports in many ways, if you're a fan of a team, there's usually a reason that's a little more correlated to it compared to what you would normally see. You would, like, not just, they're my hometown team. Like, you want to give an example for me. Yes, the lore, I'll get back to my thought in a second here. The lore of the game is a little different than the show, as the show caters to people that don't even play League. Yeah, understandable. You do have to do that variance there. But just the fact that even a ballpark concept about what's going on, if there's a little bit more, I can tell when stories have been told there. Hell, we deal with Elseworlds here in Marvel and DC all the time. So for me, it doesn't feel that bad to do stuff like that. And I really do appreciate when somebody comes out with a story or a lore, even if it's a variant. As we are back from picture in picture here. When it comes to stories, I find that AEW has a way of creating very long-term stories, which is a blessing and a curse all at the same time. Because if you have a story that goes on for 2 years, if you're not watching, well, a year, for example, let's throw one of the most notable stories around there in the Rise of Hangman Page. And this is going nuts and burning people's houses down. That story of him gaining the AEW title, that took the better part of 2 years to snuff its way through. But if you weren't watching the early parts, you don't get all of it. You don't understand a lot of it. But everybody understands what kind of payout that is and what type of great situations is. Hey, Zodiac Cop. There was a 10-minute promo by the Hurt Syndicate comparing Shelton Benjamin to I was going to say Alfred Payton, but that's CFL. Walter Payton. And Bobby Lashley to Michael Jordan. And then, yeah, this is the first match of the night here with Briscoe and Benjamin in the Golding match up here. And I give my whole distress story about what was going on with the reason why I might be streaming and not be streaming. Well, you guys are going to see here. I'm going to have a little bit of a variance in the graphics and displays for WWE 2K24 coming up after we're done here. Should have compared Lashley to LeBron. Jordan's the GOAT, but he wasn't as good when he changed teams. I will give you a little extra burial coin for that. Yeah, I think LeBron's a bit of a swear word. They're in Chicago tonight, which is a tradition. Which, if people didn't know, Tony Khan's family lives just outside of Chicago. So that's why they do Thanksgiving Eve in Chicago every year. So you can go home for Thanksgiving without dealing with stupid flights. Jesus, Shelton. Just nope, we're done. Poop. Oh, that's right. Chicago is your home turf from originally from there. That's right. No, I like the fact that they still have a pretty decent crowd for all this. And yeah, we talked a little bit about the GCW incident here and with Ricky Starks and whatnot. And just talking about a damned if you do or damned if you don't situation there. Gotta love Benjamin with that flip back kick. Well, looks like we got a little rivalry in the chat here now. Thrust kick doesn't do it. Looks like we're going to see a little T-bone tonight. Even Benjamin was shocked right now. I'm not moving back. Fair enough. But no, what? Yeah. There's that T-bone. We're done. And and he kicked out at 301. That's hilarious. The only good part is leaving that. Okay. Gary's a dumb. Okay, Gary, Indiana. Gary, Illinois. Sorry. No, it'll be interesting to see. I think Shelton might make the semis. Like, if I had to look at this roster of who's up right now, I would say Okada and Benjamin are 1-2. Oh, Indiana? Okay. And everybody's too busy chanting MVP. They don't. Shelton doesn't get nothing here. But yeah, if I had to look at it, we're probably going to do. It's going to be Okada and Benjamin on one side, and then we're going to get Ospreay and. Who would you put on that other side? Maybe a Claudio, maybe Brody King. Had to stay at Gary one night, and I woke up with a pew pew fire and a SWAT takedown with the trucks. That could happen pretty much anywhere, though, Iceman. As we're at our second commercial break here. People in Chicago think Gary gun violence is a bit excessive. Well, probably. No, yeah, I could think of a lot of bad places. It reminds me of the time that, and yes, I'm going back in years here, folks. For those that don't know, my mom passed away when I was young. I was, if I do the math right, I was 9 years old at the time. So to take our mind off of things and try to, let's just say my father's parenting skills were about as useful as, how do I, Tony Khan's booking of the women's division. He decided, well, take us to Disneyland for Christmas, take the mind off everything. So we ended up driving around in LA on Christmas Eve. And we actually ended up in Compton. Like real down and dirty. You could hear the gunfire in the background. And I'm just, I'm oblivious to everything. Like, hell, most things in life I'm oblivious to the best of times. I remember we stopped at a McDonald's in Compton asking for directions. And this big black guy, tatted and everything, is sitting there and looking at us. And I just went, "Hi, how you doing? Hope you're good. Merry Christmas." He was downright shocked that we weren't scared to death of him and all that. So I'm just thankful that he wasn't insulted that we weren't scared of him. So if that would have happened, then it might have been a lot worse. But you guys are talking about Gary. We need people from Gary, Indiana to come in here to defend themselves here. So get to go through there on an oversized load this week. Oh, goody. Make sure you're going through there. They'd agree with us. Oh, yeah, there we go. People coming in, just talking about different things in life. And, yeah, but still, different parts of the world are still. Michael Jackson's home is in Gary, Indiana. Did you see him go back? Oh, great. I don't think the Walmart plans and DG phones work for Twitch. It's all about the apps, my friend. I know that things have been acting up lately, but all right, Mercedes, who are you going to feud with now? Hey. No, but I will say this. Their match on Saturday, Statlander Monet, well, just like Shivani said, the longest match in AEW women's history, but also one of the greatest matches I've seen in a while. I'm not going to say one of the greatest matches in women's history, but Hackamille. Okay. Yeah, we know she was. Watch Jade Cargill pump in here. You're the best of all time? Ha! I just want to, yeah, I'll get into a full Thanksgiving spiel right away here. Woo! All right, Captain Obvious. There goes the quit/firing. So, one of the rumors backstage is the fact that there are what's called the Renegade Twins, two regulars on the ROH circuit that might come in as heaters for Mercedes. Oh, now we get to talk about cookies. I'll talk about Thanksgiving here on the next commercial break, or when it gets really boring. So, if you guys didn't hear about this match, AJ broke his foot before getting to the arena last week. So, right, this fat man loves A. Very basic match, but this got over so well. Love the "you deserve a chance." Yeah. Like, let's...
What the hell is that?
Now we're moving into this. This. All right, Ishii, let's right some wrongs here. AJ wrestled with a broken foot? Yeah, like he came into the arena with a broken foot. He did not get it during the match. He just didn't say anything to anybody. But while we have a second here with some dead air on our TVs, I just want to wish all our American viewers here the happiest of Thanksgivings here. I'm very thankful for each and every one of you who pops in here, whether it be once, whether it be all the time, whether you support one way or the other to help us out here. I know, Zodiac, you've been doing a lot of heavy-duty lifting on your podcast, and it really touches me when I get multiple... I was listening to this week's episode, and the fact that I hear multiple references to me in other people's podcasts these days, it really gets to me. Like, I don't want to admit that I teared up in my work vehicle while you guys did that. Like, when I heard that as I was driving around, but it means a lot. Just, I know there's a few people that come up and said that I've inspired them to do a few things. I don't do half the stuff that I used to do, but I'm hoping to do some new stuff that everybody wants to do. So, and we're going to talk a little bit more about what's going to happen here next year, because I've already made one big step that I wasn't planning on doing for another month, but this whole everything falling apart thing sort of changed that around for me here. Hi guys, hi Mike, hi turkeys, hi gobble gobble. But yeah, we get Thanksgiving on the same day that you guys get Columbus Day, I think it is. It's either Columbus Day or Veterans Day. And then November 11th, we get Remembrance Day, which is not meant to the same kind of holiday that you guys have down in the States. It's more a reflection and a celebration of our military. Usually after 12, nobody cares. As much as I'd love to have that, but... And then of course, we just run into December, so... But yeah, usually I do celebrate Thanksgiving with my friends. One of the local bars usually opens up a little early so we can watch football all day. October 14th is Columbus or Indigenous Peoples Day. That works. Hey, Chris, thank you for the subscription, my friend. I appreciate you. Hope you enjoy everything that we have up on the channel right now. Your veterans, okay, so that makes sense. So we actually line up rather well with that. But Christopher, thank you for subscribing over on the channel. We're trying to gain us every single day. When you do subscribe, we do have bonus episodes of Andre and Melbo's Wrestling Talk, featuring a lot of New Japan, Stardom, Marigold, as well as local wrestling from here in the northwest of Canada. They're already throwing a Fight Forever chant out here, folks. This is not good. This is not good. With all due respect, for those that are new here and think I'm just dumping on Jericho, I appreciate what Jericho's done in the past. But to me, Jericho needs to transition out of this role, not be a 9-time champion. Because at this pace, he looks like he's going after Flair's record. What is this philosophy here? A tree that grows taller than the forest will get blown down by the wind? That is like... Said it before, I'll say it again. Needs to take a manager or secondary role. Absolutely. Jericho's a manager? She just does the headstand. Jeez, it. Even Bill's got my look like, ugh. That was stiff. Ishii's neck is about as sturdy as anybody in the world. So. Don't want to see him go away, but he needs to not wrestle for quite some time. What I'd like to see Jericho do, and this would be absolutely brilliant if he would be willing to, he'd have to set his ego aside a little bit. Settle into the MVP role. MVP, well, hell, he put on a hell of a match down at Bloodsport with Josh Barnett on Sunday. So he was in the ring for a little bit. But for the most part, he's there to be a manager, to put over other people, because Jericho can talk. We all know that. Sometimes he talks a little too much. But at the same time, he does know how to talk and he does know what to do. Why do I picture Big Bill right now being the guy that writes out haikus? Just in general, writes out haikus everywhere. All right, well, they're just teeing off on each other here. So we are going to be heading up to a commercial break here on Twitch in a second here. Bear with. I love the fact that they're picture-in-picture and our ad break are coming up at the exact same time. No, it's fun to watch what these guys can put together here. I would like to see this match featured on Ring of Honor. And then, of course, you got Final Battle coming up, in 2.5 weeks? Like on the 13th. And I just found out, unfortunately, that's the weekend I got to work extras. So I don't think I'll be able to stream a sidecast of it. I would like to, but yeah, the Ring of Honor card, I do believe they're doing the 4-way for ROH's spot in the Wrestle Dynasty match, the Champion of Champions 4-way. They're doing Athena, Billy Starks, Red Velvet, and Layla Hirsch is the fourth one there. And then here, if you haven't heard, released earlier, they're doing a mini tournament to determine who's going to win that spot. So tonight we're going to get Jamie Hayter and Queen Aminata. Let's face it, we got a feeling I know which way that's going. And the winner of that is going to face the winner of Serena Deeb and Willow Nightingale. The winner of that is going to be... The winners of those two matches are going to face off at Winter is Coming Collision, which I do believe is the night after... Final Battle, if I do remember right. Or very well could be next Saturday. I got my dates off. Sorry, I've been busy programming my computer all day. I haven't had a chance to check the whole brackets here, but winner of that match will go on to the Tokyo Dome for January 5th and Wrestle Dynasty there. And also announced on that card is Kenny Omega versus Gabe Kidd, which should be an absolutely fantastic match. As well as the Young Bucks challenging for the IWGP Tag Team Championships. Hanare and Shingo, I think it is, the champions. But yeah, that'll be a fun one. Chris, happy Thanksgiving to you as well. I'm coming from Canada, so we had our Thanksgiving about 2 weeks ago.
One more for the good guys.
Gold Wolf Flight, thank you for the follow over here on Twitch. Welcome to the Players Club. Enjoy the flight. Huge amount of emotes flying all over the place. Enjoy the punch. Enjoy the company. What? I don't know why I told you to enjoy the punch. Enjoy the food. Enjoy the company. Watch out for the punch because McG might have spiked it. I'm a little off today. I'll get things back in gear here later. So, and I do apologize that there's no nothing for the YouTube sub there, Christopher. I'm actually switching over to Streamlabs from Stream Elements soon, and hopefully the alert issue will be fixed up for multi-streaming. Stream Elements it's a great service. It's free. But if I want to move things up to the next level, I gotta invest in myself a little bit here, so. I'm just more worried about getting site working right now. Almost looked like a half brain buster there. No, but for everybody down in the States, I hope you're having a relaxing night. This is usually a pretty energetic night where you hang out with all your friends and check out some stuff that you want to, because tomorrow's the family day. A lot of turkey, a lot of football. And for the record, as long as I can get my overlays up and running properly, I will be here tomorrow, hopefully in the morning, but if not, probably around 2 p.m. Eastern with Stellar Blade. We're going to be back for part 2 of that run through. So, but yeah, I literally had to redo my entire overlays from scratch. So, Stellar Bobs, yeah. You know what? Once you get playing that game, it really, they're there, yes, but it isn't really, it really isn't wait a second, it's the 20th. We might have something going on the 20th down here, folks. Have a copy, I just don't have a PS5. I bought it day one because I wanted the pre-release. They give you an extra costume on a pre-release. I haven't leveled up enough to use it yet, so. I find it funny that he wouldn't do the bulldog to Ishii because he probably wouldn't have fell properly. This should be a Rampage match. You know what? Two finishers. Two finishers and a kick out at one. No, this should be a final battle match. This should be on the pay-per-view. Ishii getting out of the walls. Better put, yeah, well. If you guys check out our local establishment, OLE Pods, I think it's OLE Podcast, sorry, on Twitch. Kimmy Sokol and Queen Auntie do an Honor Ramble every Thursday, which is basically a run through of every ROH show as it comes up live. How is Ishii pulling out Jericho's moves? And they look better on him than Jericho? Alright, that should be it. So we got the women's match. We got two more matches in the Continental Classic, and all right, he's still up. So if Jericho's shoulder would have been 1 inch to the left, it would have been a double pin. They gave him a plant. Even Shivati's like, the hell is this BS? This makes me wonder, do they have a TV deal? Do they have a TV deal with someone? Because that's what it makes sense to me is. Okay. He has no choice. He had that house burned down, right? Whatever happened to this Bill turn? I think it's coming. I just think they wanted to get through this match first. Oh, God. Caster's a dead man. This is the igniter to get this this pull apart done. Yeah, you're out. And speaking of burning houses, Caster's been opening his mouth the wrong way so many times here over the last few weeks. He needed it shut up. So, while we have a spare second here, I want to ask you guys, who do you think is going to be the next opponent for Jon Moxley? Which I'm assuming we're going to get at World's End. Because there's a whole bunch of different scenarios we could go with here. There's a rumor of the four-way, and I think that might make the most sense. And honestly, I was working on a video. I was going to be working on a video today if I wasn't busy trying to rebuild my setup. All about it, because I wanted to talk about how AEW is really in a decent shape right now in terms of a story, if you just get behind what the story really is. And if you sit back and you look at everything going on and you just want to get it out in terms of expression, the best comparison I have to what's going on right now, and I've mentioned this before on stream, so forgive me if some of you have been here before you heard this. To me, this is like Infinity War after Thanos did the snap and half the people disappeared. Now you have the opportunity to watch this carry on, and people forget when they got to Endgame, they didn't have to watch all those 5 years that the blip happened between the blip, as they call it, from the Thanos snap to when they all got returned. Nobody got a chance to actually experience what happened then. I think what's been going on right now with Full Gear, there's been a resistance, and the resistance got squashed by Thanos. Now you have every crime boss that wants to get together to take control. Now, you have to get Thanos to squash them. So that's the only way I think it makes sense to have that four-way with Jay White, with Christian Cage, and with Hangman Page. Even if you take Christian Cage out of the factor here and bring him in after the match, I still think that's a way that you get Moxley to beat those guys. And it sort of gives you a feel that your best good guys can't beat him, your best bad guys can't beat him. Well, who can? And that's when you bring in a guy like Omega to basically sell the first ever rivalry in AEW. The first ever main event rivalry in AEW was Kenny Omega versus Jon Moxley from the original Double or Nothing. Because you could talk about how other ways were built up. The actual real start was, like, you could talk about the first All In being the initial start of AEW. It actually was more so Double or Nothing, followed up with the main show. Why is Tony so excited to bring Adam Page out? Orange is going to get off until Christmas. He's going to be off roster, off duty, off everything. You don't need everybody here for the next 4 or 5 weeks. When you have the C2 going on, you have 12 wrestlers. 6 on Dynamite, 6 on Collision, that are going to take up 60% of your product. Hello, Matthew. You get one, by the way. Okay. He looks like he's about to get suspended. If I had the knockout power of Butterbean, I'd be plenty happy, by the way. Okay. This makes a lot of sense. It should be his all the time. It should have been me. It should have been me. And here comes Jay White to intercept this problem. This is how we're going to set up either a triple threat or a... either that or a fatal four-way. Got to get the pop from the crowd, as always. You lost, you lost, you lost, you lost, you lost. So yeah, this makes total sense how they're working on this. It's going to be a permanent. All right. So is Christian going to come out here again? And Moxley's got nothing to say about this? Well, that ain't happening. And Claudio going to come in from behind, of course. Oh, no, Wheeler. Yeah, we're setting up for our four-way. At least a triple threat, maybe a four-way. Nice full Nelson suplex now. And Hangman lays out. And Marina just takes the title and creams it over his head. I love the fact that we presume the title's in there, that nobody's actually seen it. It almost makes me feel like, remember that time that Jericho lost the AEW title on his first night? Oh, I want to see Shafir do the Blade Runner. Is that depending who puts that on, that might actually be not bad. That is a reverse sleeper that, you know. So who's going to be the hero of this? No one? Probably not. And they're out. You guys want to challenge us? Well, peace out. We'll deal with you later. Well, at least we got our guaranteed appearance by Moxley. Once again, it just looks like every crime boss is coming up to challenge the big boys, and they're too busy fighting with each other than instead of fighting the person they should. Okay. I like the fact that they're not doing all blue or all gold on one show. That they are going to be mixing them up. I'd almost say you could do Ospreay, Brody King, Ospreay Ricochet, Ospreay Darby, Ospreay Claudio. Ospreay should be getting spot one. Like I think that's pretty much a given in our case. Oh, I thought this was a commercial. No, this is a vignette. Interesting little vignette there. Anybody wants to show up, they show up. Is that what the deal is, or what? Claudio, dead silence right now. I love it. No reaction. Just wants to come out and beat the living piss at everybody. I seriously think you could go one way or the other on this one. The fact you got... I do like the new gear for Ricochet. I didn't like it on Saturday because Takeshita was wearing the exact same colors. So if you're sitting in the back of the arena, it's hard to tell which one is which. Granted, they are taking, 50,000 seat arenas, but it's still. And then as we're going along here, it's also unique that they have the Assassin's Creed colors on Ricochet here when it normally was on Will Ospreay here just before with the sponsorship. Now that it's being delayed till Valentine's Day, I assume that Ospreay is going to bring it back when it gets close to the release date. I don't know. When it comes to that match at Full Gear, I think that was... The only thing I didn't like about it is the fact that when it comes to matches like that where Takeshita's going to win, how much doubt are you putting in my mind that Ricochet could have won that? There wasn't much of that in that match. Not that you really need much of a... I think there should have been more of a squash to it, but... They're really pushing the fact that Collision's starting early. I just get a kick out of the fact that Rampage is going up against Survivor Series. So Rampage versus the Women's War Games match. With all due respect, now that Jade's kicked out of there, I think it's pretty obvious. For trios, Ricochet, Ospreay, and as a team, That's tough. Like, if you want somebody with the same style, I would say I'd almost say maybe a Swerve, but the perfect teammate to set up with those two. I'll be perfectly honest, if I had to pick of anybody on the AEW roster, Davis, I guess. I don't know enough about Davis to really consider him for anything. Like, I really thought Davis was going to get one of the spots in the C2 just so he could eat the losses, but it looks like Fletcher's out, yeah. If I could pick anybody in the roster to back up those two, I'd want some muscle. And the muscle I would pick was Keith Lee. Because Keith Lee would have the athletic ability to keep up to a point. There's no keeping up with those two straight up. But he can keep up with them athletically and to a point. But then he's got that muscle to back it up too. Really hope he's doing better. Yeah, like, and SRS even commented today, like, there was some people asking about updates. There's no real update to it. And Ospreay, Ricochet, Starks, that would be not bad. I don't know if Starks' style would fit in well with the pace that Ospreay and Ricochet would want for the match, though. Because try as he might, Ricky Starks is still the kind of wrestler that likes to tell stories. If you could get me 2020, Hologram. Hologram gets his spots in, but I don't know if he has the pace. If you want it, the more I'm thinking about it, get me 2020 Sammy Guevara. Give me 2019 Sammy Guevara when he was fighting with Cody for the TNT Championship. Get me that. And that would have been a hell of a team. Right now, I don't really know where Guevara's head is at. Teaming up with Dustin. And I'm assuming they're going to lose the tag titles at Final Battle. I'd really like to see a little bit more solidification, a little bit more showing up of the titles in ROH. Like, you don't even have to get me started with Jericho and Ishii there. And hopefully they have another title match set up for the pay-per-view. But, yeah, just... For me, it's just... It'll be interesting to see what they're going to do at Final Battle. I think it's the best way to put it. If at Final Battle they come out and say that we're introducing a new show coming up in 2025... Because if you're going to announce a new ROH show, that's when you'll do it. During the pay-per-view where most of the people are watching compared to normal, right? Like, even, people that have to watch on a subscription service aren't going to be checking things out as much. Just because if you have to pay to watch it, you're not going to watch as much. That's just straight up the way things are. I do have it. And mainly I have it because I do believe that Final Battle will be available on that channel as well. So if it is, I get the chance to watch it. What is Castagnoli doing to Ricochet? It's like a reverse cravat. Because normally when you do a cravat, you do this S grip, but you do it underneath the chin and then you wrench. But Claudio's doing it sort of a reverse where he puts the cravat over the top of the face and wrenches it there. This crowd's fired up and they don't know why. I think Claudio was supposed to catch Ricochet and he didn't there. Not the worst, but you know. That is the move that I think he was trying to do. Oh, God. Who was yelling 3? Up to 50%, right? They got like 5 things that are 50% off, 4 that are 40, 3 that are 30, and everything else is 20. I've checked it out. I was actually looking at getting one of those all-in jerseys, the soccer jerseys. All right. You know what? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. That tiara's looked a little rough. Oh, they're going to try this again. That's a little better. So what do you guys think about having the champion or the finals being the same night as the semifinals? So they are going to have a little bit of I would assume it's going to be a smaller pay-per-view. Let's face it, there's no such thing as a small pay-per-view in AEW. But the fact that the pay-per-view is they're going to have the semifinals and the finals on the same night. I pretty, based on the fact they're going to do 2 matches like that, I'm pretty sure they're going to do Ospreay and Okada at World's End. Because that would be a hell of a semi-main event. Yeah, you're done. Good night. Maybe this goes to a tie. Maybe we get our first tie in this. Be interesting if they do get that. Let's just go into a giant stomp instead. Into a sharpshooter. They need to change it so the final match is a triple threat with the champ. That way the champ isn't part of the tournament. It's an idea. I know in Japan that I would like to see not only a championship, but maybe a world championship opportunity as well. On top of it, that way this title can be more, well, they do have the Owen Hart title, so you really can't play with it that way, but I thought that was it for sure with that second uppercut. Ricola! Oh my God. If you have a tournament for the title every year, what's the point of defending in the midterm? Well, the fact that Okada hasn't defended it a whole lot, I just like some extra little incentive to have it. Here's the theory that's going around, and you want to talk about cheeseball? I think this is pretty cheeseball. Oh, God. Samantha Irvin is not a very happy woman tonight. But the plan that I've heard is the fact that they're going to take Ospreay to win the championship here, and then have him take on Takeshita to hopefully to join the international and the continental title into something you guys put those two words together might be familiar. I believe Intercontinental is the name. And Claudio beats Ricochet. Once again, the AEW trope shows up. Use all your power to get back into the ring, and then I'm going to clean you up after that. That's pretty odd. That's bang on for what I've been saying before. Big 3 points. Big 3. So are we getting Darby and Brody as the main event tonight? Yeah, this match here between Ospreay and Fletcher, probably the most fitting match of the card. Kyle's doing the special symbol there with his hands, too. Okay. The hot tag was a little much, but that's okay. Yeah, good luck for your first match. I believe you get Okada first match. Oh, no. What's his face? Garcia gets Okada first match. So Roddy's not around because he's injured. So now it's Cole with Taven and Bennett. Kyle O'Reilly's going to come out and scream and holler once again. But this has to be the way to get Cole and Max in a match. Because that's the money match. That's the match you want to see. But the extra twist now to have Kyle O'Reilly involved sort of helps it, I think, a little bit. And realistically, it is NJF's fault that Cole got injured. Because if Cole didn't have to save his ass against Samoa Joe, I love Ben in his Canadian tuxedo in Chicago. Always full respect for him in always full respect to the Canadian Tuxedos whenever they show up across the world. Ooh, he used the B word. Ooh. Okay. Oh, here comes Kyle O'Reilly. Like I said, he's just coming out here to... No, don't do this anymore. You're done with this. You're just causing more and more injuries. He didn't fight Max, though. Ooh. So now we're getting another internal battle here? The Dynamite does it? Oh, he is not playing that piano. There is no damn way he's doing that. All right. So it's going to come down to those two, and then they'll both get eliminated at the same time, and then move from there, and all that. Yeah. So we are getting Darby and Brody as our main. That'll be not bad. So yeah, we got an extra tournament. If you didn't hear, with the women's division, ROH is doing a 4-way. CMLL is doing a 4-way. I'm not sure what Stardom's doing to get their qualifier for that 4-way match at Wrestle Dynasty, but AEW is doing a mini tournament. Our first, once again, we're going to get Aminata and Hayter, which, once again, I am wearing my the Killer of the Pillar shirt tonight, so pretty sure JB's going to take this one. I would think, at least. And then the other match is going to be Will Nightingale and Serena Deeb. Winners of those two end up facing each other at Winter is Coming Collision, which probably is the 14th, I think, now, based on if Final Battle's on the 20th. It's in the future. It's down the line. And the winner of that match will go on to Wrestle Dynasty on January 5th in the Tokyo Dome. I'm really tempted. I'm going to have to go look through my holidays tomorrow and see if I can book that weekend off just to check that out. But yeah, if you want more details on not only Wrestle Dynasty, but all things Japanese wrestling, make sure you check out Andre and Melball's Wrestle Talk. Wrestling Talk. It is simulcast over on our channel, usually about a week later after it's been on their channel. As well, they do a Japanese wrestling update that is available over on our local establishment channel, both on Twitch and on YouTube. Give you all the details of what's going on in Japanese wrestling, and very entertaining too at that point. So as we get ready for our second to last match of the night, we're an hour and a half in, and this night really has breezed through. Compared to some of the other stuff, even the Jericho match doesn't feel like it. Yes, it took more time than it should have, but it didn't feel like it was as bad as it could have been in many ways. I almost feel in a way that if you're going to talk about a match going over, Claudio and Ricochet might be the one who took a little bit extra time there. I really, when it comes to the MVP promo at the beginning of the show, I didn't mind that either, but I would prefer if he didn't go as long as he did. As we coming back from commercial break here once again. Hangman and Wheeler on Saturday. Well, I'm not going to be able to watch it, but I'll definitely, well, okay, so it is next Saturday, okay. Oh, they're doing it at Comic-Con next week. Oh, that's going to be fun. What do you guys think? I'll throw this out to the chat, and I want to ask you about it. What do you guys think about doing AEW Collision being from Comic-Con in Columbus coming up next Saturday? I think it's a hell of an idea. I also, if you didn't hear the other news, they actually today announced that they have moved Grand Slam Australia to a smaller venue. They went from 50,000 down to 13.5, which makes a lot of sense if you're not selling the tickets, right? At least they're open and honest about it. The last time I heard some other organization do that, they said it was due to death threats. I'm not wasting any time here. We're going to get this done. Nice big crowd here tonight. It's actually funny that there is a lot of tradition about wrestling on Thanksgiving, let alone Thanksgiving Eve. It's not so common anymore on Thanksgiving Day. But during that night, the nighttime, while after everybody's done their dinner, I know in the 80s they had a tendency to have people available coming out. Just get out there and enjoy something. And then, of course, Vince came in with the Survivor Series, which I still feel should be a Wednesday night tradition. But you don't need that anymore with AEW Dynamite here, of course. But up until 2019, I still would have thought that it would have been smart to do that. But I'm still getting a kick out of the fact that they're actually doing Rampage during Survivor Series. It just befuddles me. Like, I know the show's pretty much dead on the water, and we're not going to be dealing with it going forward. But at the same time, like, give it at least a shot. Nice reversal there. Yeah, like I said, this is the match here you almost expect, if they do Aminata, good on them, because it's also good to get some different people around, but so they're doing. So they actually, this is the first time I think they actually announced like some stuff on Wrestle Dynasty at all. I hope over the next month that they actually do start doing some promotion for it. But I understand that they want to focus on Full Gear, or sorry, World's End. But at the same time, oh, hi, JB. Yeah, just, I will make sure you get that there. No, it's nice to see JB Hayter in a ring, and I know people are like, "Oh, where's JB been?" She's been on Collision, she's been on Rampage, she's been on TV, but you have to actually go out and watch it. That's the thing. A lot of people aren't checking out the proper shows, so therefore you're not going to be able to see what's going on. As we, Vintage JB. Could they be doing Rampage to pull people from Survivor Series because it's not a pay-per-view? They could get some eyes on. They could, but I think it's pretty much a given. And Zodiac, feel free to add in, or anybody else in the chat. Rampage, for the last few months, has really felt like a throwaway show. It's like it's like all the wrestling's good. It's not the worst in the world. But at the same time, not a lot of people are watching a whole lot of it. So thank you for the hydrates, huh? Dark Rampage, yeah. Like, if you guys haven't been around from the start of AEW, during years 2 through 4, I do believe, they had a show called AEW Dark and AEW Dark Elevation, where basically, if you guys grew up on the Wrestling Superstars cards and Maple Leaf Wrestling back in the 80s and 90s, they would always have jobber matches throughout the show, and then you'd have your one match with 2 mid-carders to promote as a main event. That's what they were doing with AEW Dark and AEW Dark Elevation. Not only does it allow you to check out some new talent, it all allows you as a videographer to get more footage of wrestlers that, say you want to do a promo video or an entrance video involving moves with a certain wrestler. You have all these moves that they pulled off successfully in these dark matches. So you can piece those together and make the big hype video to get them out. So it's another one of those reasons why you have matches like that all the time. And it's all about reps too, right? It was a nice show to get some reps in. And that's basically what Rampage has turned into now. Because there's no real... I don't think there's any real big storylines that form off there. If they do, they just show up on Collision the next night and they just stay there at that point. Nice back elbow. Both these ladies are just going back and forth on each other like crazy here. Almost makes you wonder if we're going to get a time limit with Brody and Darby. Very nice snap suplex by Aminata there. Like, Aminata, I think she's only been in the game maybe a year and a half. It hasn't been long. That's the one thing for sure. Oh, God. That look on Aminata's face after she hit that kick. Get that hair out of the way. That'll sell tickets. And she lands absolutely perfect. Uh-oh. Shout out to Paul White there with the alley-oop. That's pulling back old school. If you guys don't remember, Big Show used to have that alley-oop where he push you over the top as his finisher for a time. Most of the time it was because he was just couldn't get down for the choke slam properly. Hey, Jared, how you doing tonight? Oh, God, that hurt. That hurt. All right, I got a feeling this is about it. Oh, what? I'm glad it's going great for you, Jared. Life should be treating everybody well here this time of year. Once again, happy Thanksgiving to everybody who's watching from the States. It's going a little bit longer than expected here. Not that I mind, don't get me wrong, but it almost feels like all right, now you got to follow up with a haterade. A little sluggish at points here. But we knew who was going to win. We found, and we knew, the person that we thought was going to win is going to win. And it's pretty much straightforward to what we're doing here. So I'd love to see Hayter go on, but having Willow go over there as well, like for all the work she did with the Strong title earlier when Mercedes got hurt, she took over that title, ran a bunch of matches with it. But yeah, once again, everybody, if you're... Oh. The lights just went out, folks. Are we getting Julia? A little technical snafu, maybe? Oh, little Mina. I love this. I love this. Like the logic of play, it's supposed to drop to minus 34 with a wind chill tonight. Yeah. We got minus 19 here right now, so. Well, there's that bottle that she couldn't smack on her last time. Well, I think this is our World's End match finally solidifying here. Never mind. 2 weeks away. Looks like we might get an extra match at the pay-per-view on top of this. I don't know. So they're still doing promos. I would almost think you'd want to get somebody out here. I love how he's so used to saying Saturday night and he just can't get it out there. Okada and Garcia, that honestly, if you do get a chance to watch Collision on Saturday, do it. I'm going to watch it on delay. Hopefully. TSN is horrible for that. But just looking over everything that's going on here. No, the worst we're going to get is tonight's the worst at minus 24. And the rest we're going 17 and 13 for that. So, but as this is the final commercial break before the main event, once again, everybody, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. And the tradition is we always let you guys know what's going on stream here for the next week. So coming up after we're done here, it's still happening, folks, because I managed to get that overlay done in time. We're going to take about a 3-minute break or so. It's a little modified overlay, but that's okay. We're going to be doing week 16 and 17 of WWE 2K24 My GM mode, as we're going to get 2 weeks in here. Tomorrow, Stellar Blade, run number 2. We're about 2 hours in, 10% complete. Let's see if we can have some fun, get some hours in on that. Time to be confirmed later because I still have to get the overlay done for that. I lost all my overlays today. Saturday, stay tuned, but I'll probably do a stream after Survivor Series. We could talk about Collision. We could talk about Survivor Series. We might do another 2 weeks of WWE 2K on Saturday. Just to push us back up forward here. We might do a little bit of Call of Duty maybe to catch up for Monday's stream. I got to figure out what we're doing here to be sure. So make sure you stop by, come check things out. And then next Monday, Call of Duty. Let's see if we can get past that zombie level. Let's see if we can get the story wrapped up. Because December is going to be a very busy month. Because we're going to have we're going to be doing a watch along with the Game Awards. Which a watch along means we will have the Game Awards on my screen as we're watching them. So that will be here. And then on the 19th, I'm actually hosting a Christmas trivia for our local establishment because, frankly, I want all of them to suffer at the same time. So bring in somebody who isn't part of the group for that. So, and then we're also looking at doing a 10-year anniversary. Myself, Andre C., and all the members of Backbreaker Media. And yeah, starting in January, hopefully got some more plans coming out here, some more planned videos. So make sure you hit that follow button if you're here on Twitch. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and the subscribe if you're on YouTube. As we are getting our introductions that they started too early. I would laugh if it was just a technical bug. that they weren't supposed to do that until after the break? I love Brody's look. He just looks like he's out to murder someone. And Darby just looks like he wants to be murdered. So this is like a group put in heaven. That coffin match was absolutely insane with those two. All right, I have a very strong feeling that this is going to be Brody's win here. Brody wins tonight. I think there might be a shot at him getting that second spot. But yeah, Darby can barely walk right now. Like he literally ran into a car last week, or on Saturday. Not only should he not be in the ring right now, he should be in jail. Like last time I checked, running your vehicle into another vehicle with the attempt to destroy the other vehicle, unless you got a license to be in a demolition derby and everybody agrees to be in a demolition derby, you're not supposed to do that. A little side of respect there, that, yeah. All right, a little bit of sports. Well, I guess Brody is supposed to be a bit of a face now, so. So we're going to get Claudio and Brody in a match. You want to talk about two heavy hitters that want to go at it? Why did you slap him? Oh, God. Oh, God. You're used to seeing the flip over, but the flip at that corner? This is rough. I got a feeling this ain't going all 20. Realistically, this could be the excuse to maybe give Darby maybe 1 or 2 wins tops in this. But even if Darby ends up going 0-5, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, Darby is basically bulletproof in many ways. At least I find. Because he's that one guy that will never give up, right? Like, with all due respect, Darby's not supposed to win. They're really hyping up this 2 o'clock show. Or 4 o'clock Eastern show on Saturday. That makes a lot of, like, oh, God. Juice and Will is going to be scary good. Just because they know each other and a lot of people don't realize that. As we get our picture-in-picture for this match. Got about 9 minutes to go, so I'll be interested to see how far this goes here. But, yeah, just having this Continental Cup just makes life so much easier in terms of a booker, because you just know you have to book all these matches anyway. Getting the story together, well, I've seen in many circumstances that you can have a story planned, but you get 3 weeks into these into this classic, and with 2 matches to go, you still can flip everybody around, right? And change things around. If the fans really hook on to somebody or drop away from somebody, there is a chance that, I know TK isn't the best at booking on the fly, but I honestly feel that he should be able to in this kind of thing. Especially now that you're going to get, now that they introduced the semifinals, are going to be at, the semifinals and the finals are going to be the same night at World's End. So, it's a great way to end the year off. So, but yeah, just watching everything here, like Darby's just being smart, being out of the way of everybody, going in and out, and as I'm watching some of these commercials that they have here on TSN, it's just, sorry, it takes your mind off things a little bit here. But in terms of this division, I think it's, could we see Okada Ospreay in the semifinals? I think that'd be a bit of a sour note a little bit in terms of what the final's going to be. Like, could you get a Brody or a Claudio, give the chance to go over even higher? Like, there's a way that you could do, if I piece this together properly. By the way, during the round robin, we are going to get Ricochet versus Ospreay. So, well, they took out a cameraman. Yep, cameraman's dead. Audio's out. All right, we're getting a live feed for the rest of the night. This is fun. The guys are going to try and talk about it, but they can't hook it up. As Brody's getting set up here, looking at the cannonball to finish things off. Oh yeah, Darby's dead. Going down for the cover here. 1, 2. No, Darby kicks out still. Granted, we got 5 minutes left of the show, so. But almost feels like I should be calling the match here more than anything else here, so. Darby just looking to survive at this point, as Brody sends him up to the top rope. Looks like he might be going for there's these clubbing shots. I was thinking of going straight for a suplex, but gotta inflict a little bit more pain. Setting up. Oh. Bending the fingers there. Oh my goodness. Oh, now he's biting him. Biting right to the face. Oh, there comes Excalibur once again. And then, oh, look out. We're going for a... Oh, no. Look out. Code red from the top. No. Just a 2 count. My goodness. You know that Darby Allin's got to pull out all the stops to win this match. And that was his big move. That was his big opportunity. But the damage to his chest, the damage to his leg, the damage to everything that's on him right now due to that car accident on Saturday cost him the opportunity to follow up on that, because he's going to need to hit that coffin drop. Allen needed to follow up with the coffin drop, and now he just doesn't have the ability to speed up now. Once again, big shot to the outside. Where is Darby getting this? Oh no, look out. Darby going up top. Coffin drop makes its mark on the outside. Like, seriously, like, we're getting Pac and Jay White next week. They're already going through the graphics. Let's go. Darby go for a second one. 2 coffin drops. But that might have been it for Darby. Done absolutely everything absolutely done everything to Brody here. But neither man look like they're going to be able to get back in the ring here at this point. If we're going to end up with that, Stephon Smith's got to start counting. As Darby gets in the ring, he's got the opportunity now. Stephon Smith just checking to see if Brody's still breathing. Which I don't really blame him for the fact he got his chest compressed on 2 coffin drops. Oh, Darby going up for a third. Oh, and he got caught. He got caught in that sleeper. Oh, the roll up. Oh, once again, taking a page out of their previous matchups. Because Brody got caught once before with that pin. Oh, no, going up. Good night. Brody bomb. You can count to 1 million there. My God, what a match. So many great callbacks to the previous matches there. You won't be coughing after 2 coffins. But no, that was a hell of a match there. And the extra callbacks that they did with the fact that the third coffin drop coming in, that trope I've been telling you about that AEW does so well. That's how you advance into another level of, yes, I already know what's going on. Oh, and look who's coming down the ring side now. Claudio. Brody's bomb is so sick, yeah. Next Wednesday, we get Brody and Claudio. Let's go. We knew it's coming. We just didn't know when it was going to happen. But here's that story. Here's the little stories that you can develop in a tournament like this. As Claudio's like, I was going to use that chair for anything anyway. As we go off air. Once again, like, let's face it, this is for lack of a better term, this is the follow-up show to Full Gear, but not really. This is the one time a year where AEW doesn't need to do any big follow-up storylines. We do have, the only real follow-up storylines that we have are the main event title picture where Hangman is trying to get after the title. Jay White's trying to go for the title himself. And now next week we're getting Hangman and Yuta. You got Mercedes Moné and Camille, which I'm assuming is probably going to start hyping up towards a match between those two at World's End. There's got to be some kind of serious match going on now that we know that Mina and Mariah is going to go to Winter is Coming in 2 weeks. Unless they finish with a dirty finish and they go to World's End with a rematch. Maybe that's the way they do it there. We also got to wonder what's going to happen with Jericho here. He's got to figure out something for Final Battle, even if they're going to put him on Final Battle. which I would think would make sense. You put your top champ, well, your second champion, or Athena's first in 8 in ROH. Let's not even kid ourselves here. But I would assume Jericho's going to be somewhere on that card. But who knows at this point. But all in all, like I said, this is tournament season, so you're definitely going to get some good matches. You're going to get some interesting matches. You're not usually going to get too many stinkers out of this. And I highly recommend if you get a chance to check out Saturday, please do in the afternoon. And because there's going to be some great title matches on there on Saturday. So Rampage, well, that's a crapshoot. So I'll probably have dual monitors going on myself just to check it out, just since I'll be here. But yeah, with that being said, I think that's going to wrap it up for this edition of the AEW Dynamite Sidecast. Those on Twitch, hang around. We're going to go to commercial break right away here and try to get set up here for 2K24. For those on YouTube, we are going to be continuing on twitch.tv/MikeTheRef here after about a 5-minute break. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you hit subscribe to let you know every time I go live. Plus, all the new videos that we are having here as part of our wonderful collection here of contributors here on Backbreaker Video. But with that being said, I think that's the cue I used to get the heck out of here on the red side. So once again, everybody, thank you for stopping by here. I truly do appreciate it. And we'll see y'all here. Next show on YouTube will be next Wednesday with our next episode of AEW Dynamite. So with that being said, thank you for sticking around, and we will catch you later.